Wandering, the parachutist.
Oh, I mean, look, that was, as I said, it was a cheap, a cheap fake. That was definitely a cheap fake. It was. This was widely fact-checked, and if you run that tape a little bit longer, you would see what was happening, what the president was actually doing, and it is a cheap fake.
In some ways, we're all like Newsmax's James Rosen. They're not actually buying what the White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was telling us. Videos like the ones you've been seeing of Joe Biden with Barack Obama and the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. Well, the White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre calling those cheap fakes, kind of like Hunter Biden's laptop, right, Madam Press Secretary? Well, the only problem for her is we can all see what's happening here in videos like this one. President Obama here guiding President Biden off the stage at this weekend's celebrity-packed fundraiser, his hand eventually firmly on the shoulder of the current president. A video metaphor, a meme, if you will, for the Biden presidency. Now, in a post on social media platform X, Obama's senior advisor Eric Schultz reposted the New York Post article about this video and said what you're seeing in that video did not happen. But Mr. Schultz, like the press secretary, seems to forget that we can all actually see what's happening. Like literally the former president guiding the current president on stage. And then there's the metaphor aspect of this. Now, we're not saying that President Obama is literally sitting in the Situation Room calling the shots. We're just saying scenes like the one you saw in LA over the weekend makes it look like he is. What's really happening here is the 44th president is trying to protect his legacy by propping up the 46th president. That legacy includes all the Obama acolytes who've been placed all over the Biden administration. And remember when the former president said this?
I joked, somebody asked once, would you have liked to have served a third term if you could have? And I say, I wouldn't have wanted to be out front. But if somebody had said, you can sit in your basement in your sweats, and there's somebody else who's playing the president with a microphone in his or her ear, and you can just kind of give suggestions and policy, then I might have enjoyed doing that.
So he was joking, right? Well, he acknowledged himself back in 2021 that the overlap between his team and Biden's team is real, telling the New York Times, quote, Joe and the administration are essentially finishing the job. 90% of the folks who were in my administration, they are continuing and building on the policies we talked about. So when you see Jake Sullivan sitting next to Kamala Harris trying to negotiate a peace deal for Ukraine, in a way, Barack Obama is sitting at that table too. Sullivan was Obama's policy planning director. Now, there's also this complicated nature between Obama and Biden. The dynamic is another reason why the White House is fighting so hard right now to keep the special counsel Robert Hur's recordings of Joe Biden under wraps. Back in March, Axios reported that Biden's true feelings about Obama are evident in the interview with Hur. The transcripts have been released, but we haven't heard the president say this stuff himself. Now, in the transcripts, unprompted, we see that Biden revealed that Obama favored Hillary Clinton over him in 2016, and it still hurts, recalling that Obama believed Clinton had a better chance of winning. One former Biden aide told Axios, again, this was just a few months ago, that the Obama people thought Biden would suck as president, and they didn't think he'd be organized enough to execute. So maybe they were right about that part. That same Axios report said, quote, some of Biden's aides resent the large number of Obama veterans that President Biden and his top aides decided to bring into the current administration at levels above people who had worked with Biden for much longer. They said this, quote, we do have too many Obama people who don't care about Joe Biden. It's about them. That's one of the former White House officials talking to Axios. Does Barack Obama care about Joe Biden, or does he care more about his own legacy? Again, part of that legacy is this massive amnesty program, DACA. President Obama marking 12 years since his executive action, which stands for Deferred Action on Childhood Arrivals, was put into place. The so-called Dreamers, he's celebrating them as well. Over the weekend, the former president called on Congress to codify DACA into law before it expires. Now, this follows reports that the White House is about to announce their own new amnesty program. This new program would offer legal status to thousands of illegal migrants already living here in the U.S. They're calling it the Parole in Place Plan. And the Biden administration's proposal reverses a U.S. law that prevents illegal aliens from obtaining green cards without leaving and returning to their country of origin first.